And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw his car. He's going to let it go again. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Green alone out to the right. Carr going to go on 4th down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And no, it's incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Screen play, Johnson. Give him 30 yards there.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
On 1st down, Murray. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down following the run. Murray the lone setback. And the play clock's running down, and he'll get it up the middle. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Now Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller, in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They come up in an offset eye. Carr now to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he finds Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, time not on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
To throw, it's Carr. Dumping it off for Johnson. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So following the penalty, now 1st and 5. They send Green to the left on his own. Carr to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup. And that leads to an Atlanta first down. And the defense definitely showing blitz here.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to take another shot here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Now, that's a pretty play right there, and what I'm thankful for is it wasn't me in that situation, because one of the toughest things about defending the deep ball is not panicking, because the longer you run with a receiver, you're trying to figure out, am I close to him? Can I make a play on the football? Will I be there when the ball actually arrives?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I'd take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's brought down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. Lockett the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Roethlisberger, screenplay, Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Play clock winding down. They pitch it out to Murray. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Time running out here on the play clock. On second down, Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. overtime. Well, you never know what you're going to expect when